Hello, I'm glad you could join us on Eyewitness Report for the week. A lot has happened in the last 1 week, and with your photos sent to our Eyewitness portal, we were able to follow up on some of the stories. So do keep the photos coming in. This week, tales of blackout in Mafoluku, Lagos take center stage as residents say enough is enough to alleged intrigues of Ikeja Electricity Distribution Company. Also on the show is a tale of two pedestrian bridges left in a state that doesn't guarantee the safety of users. One in Fadei, Lagos, another in Jos. Your photos for the week are also on standby. Let's go sightseeing on Eyewitness Report. I'm Chris Elems. We begin from Mafoluku in Lagos, where residents are at a crossroad as to how to handle the undue advantage Ikeja Electricity Distribution Company has taken of them. No power supply, yet bill is constant. Even in this case, a customer was detained for allegedly standing up for his rights. Mafoluku, Lagos is an area around Oshodi in Lagos, bordering the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. One is tempted to believe that its proximity to the airport would confer on her some privileges in the area of infrastructure and power distribution. But this doesn't seem to be the case, as the residents allege that they have been unfairly dealt with by Ikeja Electricity Distribution Company for reasons they can't lay a finger on. They claim Mafoluku has been singled out to pay for electricity bills consumed by others. The current state of power supply here has left these residents with bitter tales, which seem to be eating them up.
The injustice we are receiving from the so-called IKDC is unbearable now. To me now, I have made it a date. I don't even need the network again. Likewise, other people. The reason is that the maltreatment is more than the opportunity. And I want to tell you now, right now, that nobody is enjoying anything from that services. And I believe, under the Privatization Act, this is the time we need the best of the services. And if it is not there, let's call it a quit. Because it's becoming another thing now. It's an abracadabra, more or less. You know, it's fraudulent. And nobody, the government of this country is not even checkmating them. They are not even guiding us in whatever way. So the best thing now is for the community or the public itself to guide by themselves, to see that they can take themselves out of this slavery designed by this so-called electric whatever. We have been on the generator for so long a time. But the bill of services not rendered always get to our reach as at when due. Where do we consume those electricity? Imagine the case of November. We were deloaded the 11th of November. Now, can you believe that for the period of about 12 days, maybe 12 or 10 days, we were given a charges of 7,000, 8,000 naira. That is number one. Number two, December time that we consume only for 5 days. We were at a forum meeting with them at Okota when we are contesting our cases with them. We met with the so-called managers, thinking that we are going to find an everlasting solution to all this incessant abuse of privilege. But by the time we got there, the marketer, who has been the pioneer of all this problem, because she believed that if you need a fair deal, you need to negotiate. But it's not supposed to be.
Only recently, one of the residents in Ishola Imam Street was allegedly arrested by policemen for daring to confront some persons who claimed they were staff of Ikeja Electricity Distribution Company.
The case started when these people, the Ikeja Electric, came to our area. That is a transformer controlling Olowora and Shola Imam and deloaded the transformer. So they came with armed men, fully armed, about 4 of them with guns. So when they got to that place, they disconnected the area. So they were now boasting that those people among the community that are championing the process of releasing the people from the clutches of Ikeja Electric, they will deal with them today. They will deal with them today. So from there, they now came down to my house with those men, but I wasn't at home. So from there, they went to the house of the youth leader, who is one Olugbenga Keku, who resides at Ishola Imam Street. So they went to his own house. So when they entered the house, they called his name. So we wondered, how did they know his name? So when he came out, he was wearing boxers. So when he wasn't coming out on time, they used their leg to break the net. So when he came out, what was happening? They slapped him. They were asking for gun. Where's the gun? Are you the one disturbing our people? Are you the one disturbing? I said, what are you talking about? And then later, the marketer working with Ikeja Electric came, said, that is, yes, very good. I'm going to deal with you today.
Human rights activist Achike took us to the apartment occupied by the detained residents. As at the time of our visit, he had not been released. This Achike sees as unbecoming of a service-providing outfit.
He who was the victim, he who was beaten and harassed and his rights violated, now became the accused. They now labeled, I think, a charge of assault on him. And we're asking a question. But he was the one that was beaten. He was the one that abducted forcefully from this particular, from his house. You understand? And then today he has become an accused and so on. And what is the basis of this? And they were giving all kinds of excuses at the police. And the people were appalled. They said, no, it cannot happen. You can see the residents of Mafoluku have gathered together to show solidarity with the Benga. As at today that we're talking, he is still in the cell somewhere. But I think what is worrying a lot of people is that money, a lot of money and resources is being used by private business concerns, concerns that were sold, that formerly belonged to the Nigerian people, that are now sold to private concerns. But what, like I said, worries people is that they have resorted to this level of brutality and bestiality against their own customers. There is no justification of that, but is the injustice, the arbitrariness in what has gone on. And that is what has galled a lot of people, and that is why people are saying this cannot stand. And you can see, all over Mafoluku, people are unsettled about what is going on, and they see this as the highest level of abuse of officialdom, of official powers. And I hope and I believe that it is not something that will be allowed to stand under any circumstances. It's a travesty of justice, any way you look at it.
Attempt to reach the DPO of Makinde Police Station wasn't fruitful, as he was said to be out of office when we visited.
I am interested in finding out what exactly happened that a complainant at the area F become an accused. That's one. Then number two, why has he not been released? When all his community followed him, they should have released him on self-recognition because the whole community were there. They still kept him, allowing him to sleep there. Why will Ikeja Electric not do worse thing tomorrow?
Beyond the issue of power supply are those of estimated billings and falling poles.
This is the one they brought today.
For which one?
This, I think, is January. January. Yeah. For the only 1 month, they brought 15,000 plus, and there's no light. If they bring this light within 30 minutes, it will be off again, and they still bring bill.
This twin challenge has continued to strike fears in the heart of the people.
As consumers, we are not enjoying anything. My family, because we want to enjoy adequate power supply at Mafoluku and its environ. My own family donated a piece of land, a large piece of land, to IKDC. That is when they were PSCN. We donated, and the land is still there now for the erection of this step down. It's just at Mokandasi Street there, and it's still there now. They have made use of the land. Well, we are not enjoying anything from them. In the end, it's not justifying the means. Worst of it is that they seem to be applying the Gestapo tactics in their method of dealing with us as customers.
While these residents of Olowora in Mafoluku call on IKEDC to look into their plight, residents of Tumonu, also in Mafoluku, are aggrieved by the indifference shown so far by IKEDC to power supply in the area.
When I wanted to renovate my house, I went to NEPA. I tell them that I'm going to renovate my tenants are going out. They should stop giving me bill. They collect that bill from me. So later now, when I renovated the house, they come give me 83,000 for those people, for my tenant. What am I going to do with 83,000? They must say I must pay. They say I don't talk in time.
Along the street are some disconnected houses due to this fallen pole. A few others are also in very bad shape. Even the transformer is dangerously exposed and constituting a hazard. This they also blamed on the insensitivity of IKEDC.
From the inception, when we've been having this issue, we have started writing to them before the problem actually arises. If you see this letter, that said that they should replace the falling poles. That time, the pole has not actually fallen. The community pull out fund to actually erect concrete to sustain those poles from falling. Eventually, one at that end they fell last week, and since then they have not come to do anything. When we reached them at their office, what they told us was that they need to profile all those houses, about 4 or 5 houses that is affected, that they will have to profile those houses. If those houses has got any outstanding, that they are not going to fix the pole so that they will give them light. As we are speaking, for about a week, they don't have light. October last year, we have issue with our transformer. They came to remove our transformer. The transformer was removed and was not returned until about the first week of November. And before they energize it, November has gone. Implication, October, November, we are in blackout, but there was bill. This is the bill of the areas at that particular time, October, that I am actually saying, October. And you can see, at this time, the minimum they give a house here is about 10,000 naira. This is a bill of 16,000 naira. And will the same house continue using 16,000 naira at the same time, 16,000 naira? The house were different. Some are bungalows, some are story building, some are just about 2 flats or something. What they just keep bringing. You can see the total sum on this hour is around 100 and something. And 16,000 naira every month, like that. They kept bringing 16. I would the house continuously using the same amount, 16,000 naira. In about the time that we have blackout, that the transformer that is going to energize the light at the area was not even there at all.
The story is not different in Olaya streets. It's all tales of neglect.
All we want Nigeria should come and save us. We want from the government to help us. We are suffering a lot. Our kids, most of us in the night, we sleep in the streets, sleep outside, which is very, very dangerous. We are not happy. At the end of the day, what you don't use, they'll ask you to pay for it. No light, no nothing. We can't even get water in the street to drink.
In November 2016, these residents staged a protest to the corporate headquarters of Ikeja Electricity Distribution Company in Alausa to register their complaint. This, however, hasn't changed anything as the bills keep piling up in the face of non-supply of electricity. Inasmuch as the country still grapples with electricity generation, transmission and distribution, inappropriate dealings meted to customers in terms of assault or outrageous billings should be checked. We await the response of the management of IKEDC on this matter.